Hello everybody, this is Brandy from Astro-Tarot Research and I'm back with another video. This video was suggested to me like almost 2 weeks ago, but I went on vacation and things got a little bit hectic at work. Probably going to still be hectic for a while, so I might be in and out. But here I am finally back, and the question for today is, will I be famous? I figure this is kind of like a light, kind of fun reading. Maybe more so for younger people. I know when I was younger, I used to ask like things like this all the time. So let me get started. Today I chose like probably the most simple jewelry that I own. I tend to be more extravagant, but we have the earring for pile number 1. We have another, I don't know, it's like a neck piece for pile number 2. Another earring for pile number 3. A circular earring for pile number 4, a sort of crown ring for pile number 5. We have a black ring for pile number 6, and we have a simple kind of silvery ring for pile number 7. So feel free to choose your card. Just take a moment and let it all in, then let it out and choose. And we're going to get started. Let's go. Okay, pile number 1. I am sorry for any sort of glare. I got to do this without any sort of natural lighting. It's pretty late here now. Keep in mind that these are mini readings, so I'm going to get through these pretty quick. I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. It's very early in the morning. I just happen to wake up. So, will you be famous? Okay, we have the 10 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and we have the 8 of Swords, and the 7 of Cups. Now, this is pretty easy to read. It's not like a definite yes or no. What it's saying here is it is likely that you could have a lot of success. And I mean like popularity. I don't mean material, but like in terms of like popularity and like fame, you could potentially achieve a great amount of success and happiness. But it's only if you go after your creative goals in terms of that. Like, you wouldn't be like a famous scientist or anything if you chose that path. It would have to be a more creative path, but you could potentially have that fame if you wanted. The only thing is we have the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Cups, and what these two cards for me, it's kind of like Willies together. It's kind of like someone feeling like they can't really do it, or maybe they have a lot of doubts or hesitations, or they may feel like they're not good enough, or they don't have enough support, or they feel like they're not getting the right offers, or no one wants them, and they often kind of sit around like daydreaming about it, more so working on it, because what we don't have here is we don't have any sort of pentacles, and we don't have any fire wands cards, and those cards of like action and hard work and movement towards something. These cards are more like inspiration, daydreaming, feeling creative. So I would say you have to put these things into action. You have to sort of put yourself out there, because look, we have the Page of Cups as a messenger. He's obviously talking to a lot of people, making a great deal of connections. And if you're like a musical artist, then you would be putting your work out there. Like, you don't have to be a musical artist, you just any sort of artist, just you have to talk to people. And the 10 of Cups is like this huge happy family support system. So you might want to go about talking to people in the field that you're interested in, and sort of don't be afraid and don't be shy, and don't just kind of, sit on these thoughts and kind of just daydream about it. Another thing is with the 7 of Cups, it could also mean like a lot of options, a lot of different areas of focus that you are focused on. And the cards are basically saying you can do it all. Like, if you're interested in like film and sculpture, you can do it, but maybe take things one step at a time. That way you're not like, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? Just kind of be like, okay, well, I'm going to focus on this a little bit, and then like push my information out there to these people. Like, let's say you're into writing. Okay, let's say you're into writing and you're also into painting. So like maybe write like a short story and then like push your information out to like publishers, etc. And then let's say you're also into painting, so maybe paint something or maybe illustrate some things and then put that information out there on like Instagram and I don't know where else people put their art, but any sort of popular art site and galas, etc. Da, 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 da. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta put yourself out there is what it's saying. Like, you have to be more social. So it's saying you have the potential to achieve that fame. You just have to find the right people on and message them. Really, just kind of message people who are already successful in your craft, and somebody's going to respond. Don't feel like they're not going to be interested. They won't notice you, etc. Da, da, da. Like, no, the Seven of Cups here is like saying, the possibilities are endless. Okay, and that's all I have for you, pal number one. So thank you. Okay, pal number two, if you chose this simple butterfly piece, we're going to get started on your reading. Now remember, these are mini readings. I think I have mascara on my hand. These are mini readings, so it's going to be very quick and short and to the point. So, pal number two, will you be famous? Oh, wow. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Hermit, and we have Judgment. This is interesting. It's weird because with this, I remember the first pile was more about like being creative and like creating stuff and putting your stuff out there. While this is like saying you'll have to be extremely aggressive about it. Like, if let's say you want to be like Instagram famous or on YouTube, you're gonna have to like upload and update your videos like probably daily, 3 or 4 times a week. Like, you're gonna have to be very aggressive about it. Like, if you want to achieve some sort of fame and status, let's say you are interested in I don't know, whatever you're interested in. It could be any sort of interest. I mean, people usually get famous for like what, acting, movies. There's Instagram, there's YouTube, etc. Whatever. Whatever it is you're interested in, you're gonna have to be like super aggressive about it. Like, you can't stop. And you're going to have to, you know, you're gonna have to, I mean, the Five of Swords is kind of like that energy where you're looking out for yourself, like kind of looking out for number one. So like there's gonna be some people who may be a little salty towards you. I'm not gonna say that you have kind of stepped on them, but they're gonna at least feel like you did. Like, they're gonna feel like, oh, you just kind of used me to social climb or something. And you may have to do that, but like I said, with this card, it can go either way. Because when I get the Five of Swords, it's usually having to do with kind of having to be on top of like other people and be like, make sure that they're doing their job. And some people can interpret that as being like, oh my God, why is this person attacking me? Like, they're already like making me feel ashamed, when that's like not even the intention. I just want to make sure that everything's running smoothly. And often, sometimes it's kind of like, these may be people who you feel were sort of attacking you, and then you kind of flip the bill. That's the best way I can put the Five of Swords. Like, it's not all like, oh, I'm a selfish jerk and I just don't care about other people. Sometimes it's like you got to call some other people out, and so that could mean let them feel not good. They can feel kind of defeated, like they're not good enough. So with you, in terms of fame, it's kind of like you're gonna have to one up people a little bit. You're gonna have to be like, well, I mean, this person is let's say you were like into makeup tutorials and stuff, and you wanted to become like a famous makeup channel on YouTube or something, or even just a famous makeup artist. Like someone does like some sort of challenge, and you're like, well, I'm gonna take this challenge to the next level. So like that's what I'm trying to say, and it's kind of gonna make them feel like a certain way about it, which is gonna be like, oh, why'd they have to do that? Like they didn't have to like go above and beyond. So you're gonna be going to that next step, next level. That's the only way that you're gonna have to achieve fame. I mean, otherwise it's like saying, it's saying two things. This is what I'm getting from the Hermit card. The Hermit card is saying like you're gonna have to do something that's like mainly you more isolated. So like that's why I mentioned the YouTube, because it involves like working from home, and you could also be in private. You could a lot of YouTubers don't show their face. Like a lot of tarot readers have not even shown their face. I don't think I show my face in my tarot reading. I have it in my astrology one. Anyway, not important. But yeah, what I'm saying is you're gonna have to do something that's gonna like not be super involved. Like for this card, you would not be like a pop star, a superstar, because that's going to involve more social aspect to it, and you're going to have to be more out there, unless you're like somebody like her, you know, the artist who doesn't really show her face, and when she performs she has like sunglasses on and like nobody kind of really knows what she looks like, etc. So if you did something like that, I guess that's fine. But either way, you're going to have to protect your privacy. Something about that anonymous aspect to it will bring you fame. People, it will bring that curiosity toward you. And judgment here, what it's saying, what I would interpret this as saying is, if you achieved fame, you'd eventually kind of get like tired of it. You'd be like, I want to leave this behind and I want to do something more. You wouldn't have like Madonna like fame, which is like fame like since she's 18 till like now. She's like super known, super well known. Maybe not currently relevant to today, but everyone knows who she is. So you would be kind of like famous for like a period, and then kind of go off and do your own thing, because you would have to work so hard at it. I think that that's what would cause you to isolate. And that was my second interpretation of the card. The second interpretation of the card is you're going to work really, really, really hard. Got to one-up people. And that's going to be like, well, I just need some time to myself. I'm tired of working so hard. I just need to peace out and like recoup or whatever. So that's the second interpretation. So some of you are going to have to do things in a way where it leaves you anonymous, isolated, like working from home, etc. And others are just going to put themselves out there, but then they're going to need to retreat and sort of leave everything behind. So it's saying if you want to be famous, yeah, you can do it. You just got to be very active about it. And it's going to cause you to go into yourself. And the second one is saying the same thing, but you're going to need to have some sort of anonymous aspect to your fame. Or just be like a private person. Like I know Beyonce is known for being private. Anyway, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. And thank you for watching. I hope this resonated, or I don't know if it would resonate. Pile number 3, if you've chosen this sort of shiny round earring, I'm going to get started. Alright, you ready? Alright, will you be famous? We have the Emperor. We have the 5 of Cups. We have, ooh, the 4 of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Swords. Interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So right off the back, I want to say yes, because like the Emperor is a card of royalty and he rules over the kingdom and everybody knows who the Emperor is. However, we have the next card we have is the 5 of Cups, And what happens here is like, yeah, you may at some point in your life be well known, at least for something, but you'll be very disappointed by it. And what I think you'll be disappointed by is the money aspect of it, either the money aspect of it, or sometimes when I get the Four of Pentacles here, it's like you're disappointed by everyone feeling like they need something from you. And so you feel like you need to pull back and kind of be a little bit, you know, standoffish. You're just going to be like how Drake has that song, No New Friends. That's what a lot of the fame and attention would do for you. You would just be like, I don't know. I kind of miss the past. I miss those good old times when I could just hang out with friends and family and no one wanted things from me. And I feel like I'm losing more than I'm gaining when it comes to this fame. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm popular, but like I have no privacy. And like my friends are always asking something from me and people always just want a picture from me. They want autographs. They want like this, that, whatever. And so for you, it would just be very sad and you would feel a little bit lonely and disappointed. Or just felt like you just need to keep to yourself a little bit or be on your guard is what I'm getting. Yeah, that's what I think you're getting. And then we have the Queen of Swords here, which is saying that you would probably be like one of those people who would be like a talk show host, or you would just be known for like talking about, oh, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. You would be known for like talking about certain topics and etc. Or whatever it is. It just has to do with more like, you wouldn't be like a singer is what I'm trying to say, or someone who played an instrument, or like a famous, do they have famous dancers? I guess they used to, but I don't know about so much anymore. I guess it's Todrick Hall. He kind of performs and dance, whatever. But you wouldn't be known for that. You'd be known for like talking about, I don't know, let's say you talked about movies, or you were like on the Fashion Network E, and you guys did like the red carpet and talked about people's outfits, you know, best and worst dress. Like, you would just be someone like that, or you could be like a news anchor. Whatever it is, it's just something that involves a lot of like communication and speaking in less of a creative way, if that makes sense. It's more commentary. So you also may feel like with fame, because the thing these two cards have in common is control. The Emperor can be very controlling, and as well as the Four of Pentacles. So you would feel like you would really have to watch what you say. You would just feel like, oh, I really can't just say anything and everything. And that's going to make you feel just very gloomy. You're going to feel like you can't fully express yourself. So it does look like you'll achieve some sort of like recognition. I'm not sure how high the level of fame, probably at least a decent level where people can say, oh, I know you were in that video that went viral. Like, so you'll be known for at least a little bit. I mean, I didn't do longevity, so it's hard to know, but you'll kind of blow up for a minute, and at least be well known enough that people recognize you. But you'll just be disappointed because you just feel like people are criticizing you. You can't say what you want to say, or people want something from you, or you can't just express yourself how you want. You can't go where you want to go. You can't do what you want to do. You can't make the jokes you want to make. Things might be misinterpreted, like stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that made sense. Hope you understood where I'm coming from. But anyway, it's just like a fun little reading. But thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also know that I'm doing private tarot readings if you want. Let's get this started. Okay, pile number 4. Are you ready to see if you'll be famous? Have your name in lights. We have the 6 of Cups. Interesting. We have the Four of Cups. Then we have Death. And we have the Six of Wands. Wow, very interesting. So, okay, how I'm reading this is in the past, things have been pretty dry and boring. That's going to change. You're going to get a lot of recognition. It's so simple. Like, it's crazy. But let's give the long reading. So, yeah, you're going to achieve some sort of fame, some sort of recognition. What it has to do with, I don't know. I really have no clue. Let's pull a card, because this was so simple to read that I was just like, yeah, you're gonna get it. Okay. The Nine of Swords. Okay, so either you're gonna be like, okay, it's like this is the card of overthinking and nightmares. So this could mean a lot of things. How I'm interpreting this, you could be like an actor known for being in like horror movies and stuff like that, or just someone who has that reputation for like dark things, you know, like Elvira or something like that, or like Mike Myers. Like, you have like that nightmarish sort of reputation for the things that you choose. Or you could be someone who is known to be like a little, like, at least in their early career, Woody Allen is kind of known for being kind of a little bit neurotic in his movies and etc. So they could be like, oh my god, they have that reputation for that. Or third option, you could be in, don't you know how sometimes you have viral things that just go viral and the person is not in the best predicament, and like something happens to them, like let's say they trip or something, or someone makes fun of them, or they fall, like, you know what I mean? So it would be like you got famous for like something that's a little bit embarrassing, but or just something that's just like, oh my god, how could this happen to me? So that's what I get, but I want to pull a clarifier card. Yeah, it's like you would be famous for something that has to do with you enduring something that was not the most pleasant situation for you. I don't know. I don't mean for that to sound horrible, but it does happen. People do go like viral for like the silliest things, and for that person it's terrible. Like, what's that guy who had your kids, had your wife? That was like an old one who went viral, but like I couldn't think of any recent examples. But like, he went viral because someone was like trying to break into his sister's room, and so it was a nightmare situation that this person had to endure, and he just kind of went viral for it. Which was insane. And then not only that, but the fact that we have the Death card. The Death card represents change. I think we all know that by now if you're reading into tarot. But the thing about change is hard, and it's difficult, and it's frustrating, and it's, oh my god, it's stressful. So the fact that we have two cards that kind of bring in that stressful sort of energy, and it's such a dramatic transformation from like the Six of Cups is like this cutesy, fun, playful energy, and then we have like the Four of Cups, which is like, nothing's really happening right now, things are kind of dull, and then bam, something like crazy happens, and then you just kind of go really popular for it. Like, or maybe you save someone, maybe the situation is not you who is being put in a situation that is as the victim, but maybe you could be helping someone else. And the only reason I say that is because we have the Six of Wands, and the Six of Wands is known as that like champion hero energy. So you could like save someone else from a situation that could cause you to be very popular. But the thing about the Six of Wands is this is going to be very brief. It's not like going to be like this longevity lasting sort of fame. That's why I mentioned going viral so many times. That's the only reason. But yeah, you'll achieve some sort of recognition, some sort of look at me, here I am. But it won't last for a very long time. But for a minute, people will recognize you. And that will be sort of like your fame. But that's all I have for you, pile number 4. This was a very simple, easy read. The cards just kind of aligned. So I'm curious if you guys ever get famous, just like come back and like let me know. But if I'm right, like what'd you get famous for? Tell me about it. But also feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And just know that I am doing private readings as well. So thank you. Pile number 5, like literally I almost grabbed this pile first instead of 4, and I was like, no. So but we're back to it. So if you chose this kind of simple crownish ring, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, you can't really see it. Oh my god, I can't share it with you. No. It's weird, I can't zoom in. Okay, if you chose this simple crownish ring, I'm sorry why it took so long to focus, then feel free to continue this read. This looks so dirty, oh my goodness. I hope this doesn't look dirty to you guys. And I'm sorry for the glare. Anyway, pile number 5, let's just get started. Will you be famous? We have the Page of Swords. We have the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, Mother Teresa. And then we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the 2 of Cups. For you, it's more like if you want to. Like, the Page of Swords is about someone being a messenger and someone being a background. So what I'm getting here is like, let me take a minute. Okay, this is about sort of advising or talking to, making other people feel good. Like something to do with other people. And I say it has to do with other people because we have the 6 of Pentacles and we have the 2 of Cups here. So if I were to read this like a flat read, like how I did pile number 4, I would say your communication and your ability to connect, and I say give advice, and I'm saying give advice because the Page of Swords is a vocal card, and it kind of, because it comes before this, it's saying you're helping people in a way that has to do with communication, and it's less of a practical level. That's why when I get these 2 cards together. So you're kind of like giving people advice or messages or letting them know things that they didn't know that's helpful or beneficial to them. And because of that, it's going to put you in a position where you might be dating someone famous. I don't think, and because of that, that's how you'll get your fame. Does that make sense to you? Like, who's a person I know that's like, I know them because they're dating someone, like George Clooney's wife. Like she's I can't remember her name, but I do know of her, and I know what she looks like, and I know the work she does. So that's some sort of fame, and I've never met her, and I'm like, she can't say the same for me. So you'll have like some sort of fame where you're with someone, and what she does is she's a lawyer. So this kind of fits, actually this fits this example, weirdly enough. Like it fits it well. She's a lawyer, and she kind of goes to countries that are under political stress, that have a lot of issues with them, democracy wise. I forgot what she's called, but whatever. She's an international lawyer, helps with things like that, sort of foreign relations, etc. but she's married to George Clooney. So, but I believe they met like kind of sort of through her work, or at least became known, or maybe she made connections with other people who knew him, and that's how they met or something. I'll have to look that up, but that's not the point. The point is, because you're doing things that benefit other people, it's going to put you in a good position to meet someone who is famous, and as a result you will become more well known. That's what I'm getting. So it's more like you're not famous for the things that you do. Not that the things that you do won't be very important, because I mean, with the Six of Pentacles here, it's all about helping people in need, which is a very noble thing to do, a very smart thing to do. More people should look out for each other. And you're definitely going to be the type to be looking out for other people, to be nurturing and caring towards other people. And that's going to put you in a position where you're going to find love with someone who's potentially famous. And that's going to make you sort of famous, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Somebody like Amber Rose, like how she dated Kanye West, and bam, she's sort of well known. Or someone like, geez, I can't remember her name, Black China or something like that. I'm not saying you're going to be like that person, but I mean like the situation sort of like that, where you're going to be put in a position because of someone you're dating, or someone you know, or someone you connect with. You're going to kind of bounce off their fame. But in terms of what you'll be doing, you'll be helping other people. You'll be encouraging other people. You're going to be like this confident woman, and that's going to attract that person to you. Something that you're doing, and not only that, you're going to be very successful on your own without this person. It's not like you need this person at all. With the Six of Pentacles, it's like I have enough money to support myself and like also give back, and as well I'm a confident, beautiful woman, man, whatever. And that person's going to be like, oh really, okay, I'm kind of interested in you. And that's what's going to happen. All right, I hope that's clear for you, pile number 5. And I gotta move on because these readings gotta be short. I'm just doing a little mini reading. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that I'm doing private readings. Okay, pile number 6. Let's come through if you chose this black sort of ring. Will you be famous? We got the Fool. We got the Chariot. And we got the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups. So this is not a straightforward yes or no. I mean, honestly, we have the Fool here and the Chariot. So the Fool's about a new beginning, and the Chariot's about victory. And then we have the Two of Pentacles here, which is like juggling things, like which way do I go? Like, let me do some of this, let me do some of that. Or just kind of like going with the flow, which I think that's more of it with this situation. I think the Two of Pentacles is saying I'm just kind of like, especially with the Fool, which is like, I don't know how to phrase this. Which the Fool is known for its journey throughout the deck. And then we have another card that represents a journey, and then another card that's like going with the flow, and another card that's like moving on. So for you, it's kind of like, yeah, I could achieve some fame. Like, it's fine. Like, if that happens, it happens. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to be hell-bent over if you're not famous. But I think it's more like saying, if the universe gives you the opportunity, you'll probably take it. But you may be like, all right, I tried this was cool, moving on with my life. I don't know how else to phrase it. Like, this is the most like nonchalant reading I've gotten. It's like, it doesn't seem like that they care all that like you care all that much about it. Oh, I just need to pull other cards. Or if you don't mind me reading, there's one other way I would read this. The Fools also could be known as like a jester, so like a comedian. And it's saying that if you take your act on the road, like if you travel to more places, then there's likely that you're going to achieve some opportunity to put you on a successful path, and you'll be leaving like this sort of ordinary life behind, if that makes sense. That's the other way I would read it. But the first way I think is going to be more general to everyone. Like I'm just saying, like the second way is like specific to if you want it to be known for like silly, making other people's laugh, like children's shows and stuff like that. Then it's like, yeah, but you gotta, I don't know, it's about like going to more places physically, or maybe just pushing yourself forward and going to more auditions, talking to more people. I mean, but it's nothing really, there's no sword energy, so it's not like really, it's less about what you're saying and more sort of like this physical act. So like with some of the piles, they had to really work on their communication and maneuver themselves. With this card, it's kind of like, you just gotta go there. You just gotta be like, I'm gonna go to Hollywood or something. Like, you just gotta go to the place and then do it. Or it could just be like I said, with the comedian card, you just gotta just travel. Because I go to comedy shows, and some of them are free, some of them are not free. But even at the ones that are free, there are comedians that have traveled from different states just to put on like a show for no one who's paid a thing. Where was I going with this? Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Guys, I'm blinking. I'm like, but yeah, they travel and they just put themselves out there. And I think the cards are saying that for you, but it seems like if you get the opportunity to like be on stage, perform, be in front of people, you'll take it. But it's not that serious. Like, it's not like some people have that hunger, that drive, like they can't give up. And you do have the Chariot here, so it's not like that you don't want it. It's just more like you could do without it. You know what I mean? Like, you may really want it right now, but maybe that's what the universe is saying. Maybe that's why I'm getting so confused. Maybe it's saying that you really see yourself, you know, in that position, but the universe is kind of saying you kind of don't need it. Like, you kind of don't need any of this stuff. Like, there's something better for you out there. And it's saying if you want to take that opportunity, like, go ahead, feel free, like, go with it. If it comes to you, like if someone says, hey, do you want to be a model? Like, that happens to people. Some people get approached like that. And or some people say, hey, you should really work on this and you should consider doing this. Or like, I know someone who knows someone. And they're just put in those positions without even trying. So the universe saying, if you get that opportunity, like, go for it. But if you're really if you really feel like you need this fame more than anything else in the world, it's not necessary. There's something better out for you. I'm just gotta figure out, okay, the Magician card. It's saying, the universe is saying you can do anything. Anything you want in this life, you can do, you can achieve. It's up to you. You can manifest your own destiny. But I get the feeling that there's something that are out for you, and it has to do with either, the first thing I thought of was writing, maybe sales, it sounds dull, social media, but these are like jobs, like everyday kind of normal jobs. I'm gonna pull one more card just to clarify. Yeah, I mean, the King of Pentacles, it's like degular life might be better for you, but like, it's super cool if you achieve that. Like, I just want to pull one more card for this side. Yeah, if you achieve, like, if you go for like that sort of fast, famous life, it'll be very exciting and it'll be adventurous, and you'll meet a lot of people, and you'll go so many different places and see things that you've never seen before. But if you choose something that's a little bit more low key, I don't know what to say, like not in the limelight, you're gonna find more, I don't know, I wouldn't say financial stability. I don't think the cards are saying that. It's just gonna feel like more security. You're gonna feel more comforted, more confident. Like your own sort of self-esteem, self-worth will be more solid, if that makes sense to you. Versus with the Knight of Wands, his confidence can sort of flicker, and it can depend on the public image and, you know, etc. But I think you would really enjoy that sort of famous lifestyle. It's just that if you don't want to do that, that might be better for you. That's how I'm interpreting these cards. But like ultimately, this is your choice with whatever you want to do with your life. The universe saying, yeah, you can do it. It's not giving me the like, oh, this is going to happen. It's saying, yeah, you'll probably get some opportunities, and if you don't, like, then you don't. It's fine, because things are going to work out for you anyway, in a way that you didn't expect. And the only reason I say you didn't expect is because we have the Fool and the Eight of Cups, which is something new, and you didn't see coming. The Fool has no clue what he's going to see. And then the Eight of Cups, which is about leaving things behind, so it would be like a completely different environment. Like, you may be picturing this ordinary white picket fence life, but that's just not what's going to happen. Like, even if you choose not to be famous, your life is still going to be extraordinary. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching. I hope that was probably one of the longest readings. So thank you, pile number 6. And we're going to go on. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And just know that I'm doing private readings. And thank you. Okay, last but not least, pile number 6, a kind of simple, sort of little shiny ring. Alright, let's get started on your reading. Will you be famous? Oh my goodness. Have I seen you before? What am I doing? We have the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups. Oh wow, this is very literal. And we have the Six of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Alright, this is pretty much a, yeah, seems like it. I mean, we have the King of Swords, he's a well-known person. And we have the Nine of Cups, which is about your dreams coming true. And they have the Six of Swords, which is kind of like, I'm traveling, I'm going places, I'm doing things. And we have the Knight of Cups, which is about doing something. In this reading, I'm interpreting it as doing something you love and that's creative and that makes you feel good. But I don't know if this is going to resonate, but you may have to move to a different country, a different state. But I think you're going to have to move in order to achieve this. You know how people sometimes they move to New York, they move to LA, they move to Atlanta, or I'm not sure whatever country you live in. Maybe you need to move to London or just some sort of major city, or that's usually the places that are easiest to attract fame. But like, yeah, it's pretty much saying that you're going to leave the simple life behind. I don't know. I have to say that because it kept coming in my head. You're going to leave the simple life behind and move on to something that makes you feel more satisfied. The only thing is that we have the Knight of Cups. And the thing about the Knight of Cups is it can be obsessive. So like if you're the kind of famous person that would like school your name a lot and just like be reading all the negative and or positive comments about yourself. So it could really mess with your emotions is what I'm getting from this. But ultimately, you would be very pleased. Like, some people say fame is tough and etc. And they're like, oh, it wasn't worth it. But you'd be one of those people that'd be like, yeah, this was worth it. This was pretty cool. Like, I love being recognized. I like people knowing who I am. I love being able to express myself the way I want to express myself. You know, work on the shows I want to work on. For some reason, I got shows or films I want to work on, or work on the music I want to work on, or paint the paintings that I want, sculpt the sculptings that I want. And I'm doing creative fields because I just, something you're gonna do is very like artistic. You're gonna be like an artistic sort of thing. You're not gonna be like Anderson Cooper, like I report the news. You're gonna be more like I can't even think of an artist, like Ariana Grande or something, like something in artistic sort of field. Who is there? Someone else, or like a director? Probably not a director. And I only say probably not a director because of the Knight of Cups here. I mean, we do have this King of Swords, but I don't get that. I don't get that. You'll be more like somebody who's being like told what to do. Hold on, I need to pull. Yeah, we have the Three of Swords, which is like, I think you're gonna have to sever ties with people. And that's the part that's gonna make you a little bit sad. When you become famous, there's gonna be some people you're gonna need to cut out of your life. But you're gonna meet new people who bring you happiness. Yep, how did I even know? What'd I pull, guys? The Ace of Cups. That's crazy. I said they're gonna bring you happiness. And I pulled the Ace of Cups. So yeah, you're gonna achieve some sort of fame, but hold on, I just want to clarify if you're like in the limelight, or if you're like, oh, I'm behind the scenes, I'm technically a director, you know, etc. Though there are famous directors, they're still not as like well known as like, oh my god, that's crazy. Isn't that what I said? Oh my god. Yeah, you're just gonna be like, you're not going to be like in the super spotlight, if that makes sense. You're not going to be a director. Directors aren't in the spotlight. But you are going to be well known. I'm trying to think how that makes sense. Oh my god. Don't you know how people do like character acting? Like there's people we see all the time, like who's the guy who does is his name Smeagol from Lord of the Rings? Like, we all have seen him in different various character roles, and he's technically famous, but who knows what he looks like? Like, it's crazy. Like, he's been like this character actor, and I can Google him and see that he's been like hugely famous movies, but like you're like low key in the background, still not being like noticed. So you're gonna, maybe that's what you're gonna get that excitement from, because or maybe that's why you're gonna be so pleased, because you're definitely gonna be able to still have your privacy. It's just that what's gonna happen is you're going to get yourself into a position where you're gonna be you are going to be like sort of in charge of people. Maybe you'll have your own studio. I don't know. But I mean, it's the King of Swords, so you are in charge of somebody. But you're not going to be like a director. I know that for sure. I just feel it in my heart. If that's what you want to be, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to crush your dreams, or maybe I'm wrong. Okay. I'm not God. So, Jesus, I almost forgot where I'm going with this. I'm so tired, guys. I'm very sorry. But, you're going to be able to be in charge of other people, excited and satisfied about it, but you're going to have to leave a lot of people in your past behind, and that's going to be very, very sad for you. You're going to be just kind of gloomy about that a little bit, but you're going to meet some exciting new people who you're just going to love and feel fulfilled by and want to work with and do creative things with. Like, I don't know. And you guys maybe even like partying it up a little bit, just because we have the Nine of Cups here. Or you're just going to feel the need to like splurge and do what you want. And it's like, oh, it's my money. I can do what I want. I'm going to go to a spa. Like, I'm going to take a trip to New Orleans just to eat. Like, you're going to be a little silly like that. But you're definitely going to treat yourself. And you're going to be the type that's like not fully in the limelight. Like, you're not going to be like Angelina Jolie. You're going to be, like I said, like the kind of Lord of the Rings character. Like somebody who's famous, but not someone who is out there. Like, you're going to be able to like talk to strangers about your work without strangers knowing that it's your work. If that makes sense for you. Last pile. So like I said, the answer is a yes. Yeah, it's just a yes. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna put one more card just out of curiosity. Yeah. The World. So you are gonna be doing some traveling, and you are gonna get what you want, which is fame. This is like a pretty obvious pile that you're gonna get that fame that you desire, and you're gonna love it too. Some of the other piles didn't look like they would love it as much, but this pile's like, yeah, I love this. This is great. And you're definitely gonna travel because we got 2 travel cards, so you're gonna do a lot of traveling. Whatever your job is going to do, you're not gonna be the type of person who has to stay put, which is why I say you're not gonna be like an Anderson Cooper type. Like, that just, I mean, he's famous, but technically he's mainly, I believe, located in one spot. Just because he has to be. Like, when you're like a news anchor, you gotta be pretty much like have your apartment or whatever house in a certain part of the city, because you gotta commute into work every day. So it's like you're famous, but you're technically working for people. And then also you would technically have people under you. So in terms of that, it fits. But like, you don't have that. Like, if you're there, it's for periods at a time. And I said it because we have the Knight, and Knights technically don't tend to stay places for like years and years on end. So whatever your job is, it's going to require that you move about, and Knights move forward. So that's what I got for you. Like, it could be pretty much anything. Some job where it requires you to travel, some sort of fame. Like, who's that guy? He recently took his life. It's very sad. But he had a food channel, and he would travel around the world, talking about food, talking about the culture, talking to the people. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. But his job required him to travel, and that was part of his fame. While you have certain people, like I said, who are more stationary, and you see them every night on the news and our national news, or someone like Conan O'Brien, who or Jimmy Fallon, who had to stay in one city at a time. I don't know if they work in LA or New York, but then they come into work, and they work for a company, even though they're famous. So that's what I'm trying to say. For you, you won't be working for a company. And if you are, that might just be in the beginning, but eventually you're just going to be like your own boss. If that makes sense for you, pile number 7, I hope that makes sense. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And just remember that I will be I try to do my readings weekly, but it doesn't always work out. But I do need to let you know that I am doing private readings, and I cannot wait to upload my next reading after this. I'm so excited. I feel inspired. It's just that I'm so busy and I have so much to do that it becomes a little impossible. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.